So, a few weeks ago, I did a video on Valleyfair's roller coasters, and I ranked them all. But roller coasters aren't everything at Valleyfair. There's also the flat rides, which Valleyfair has a pretty good collection of flat rides, especially for a smaller Cedar Fair park. So today, I'll rank the top 10 flat rides at Valleyfair based off my opinion. Before we start, I have one honorable mention, and that is Looping Starship, opened in 1985 and closed 2019. This Looping Starship model, manufactured by Intamin, was once one of the greatest rides at Valleyfair, but it sadly closed in 2019 due to some maintenance issues. I've been on this flat ride once, and I have one thing to say about it. Pain! Yes, this coaster had a lot of pain to it. It was very fun, but the only problem was the restraints locked down your thighs and it kind of hurt. So I don't really miss this as much, but it still has a big hole in the park's lineup. Also, the land that this ride sits on is actually a pretty sizable plot of land. I could easily see a Raptor or a water park expansion come here. Number 10, Monster, opened in 1977. This is one of the most iconic older rides at Valleyfair. Well, it's not super iconic, but it's still iconic in my eyes. It's a very enjoyable ride and it's very fun. The only problem is the line is super long and the operations aren't that great. But nonetheless, it's still a great ride and I totally recommend it if you have time. Number 9, Flying Eagles, opened in 2016. Yes, this is your typical Flying Eagles ride, but still, this ride has something for everyone. It's nice and tame so the family can enjoy it, and it's also very fun so a roller coaster enthusiast like me can also enjoy it. It's a pretty fun ride and I don't really have anything bad to say about it, other than the fact that it has horrible capacity and it usually has a huge line. Number 8, Northern Lights, opened in 2014. Cedar Point calls this a roller coaster because they have the exact same model called Pipescream. However, I disagree. I mean, yeah, it has rails, but it's still powered by electricity through a large amount of the ride. But it's still a great time. It spins, which is kind of cool, and it has airtime on the middle hump. The only problem is the line gets super long for this one, and it gets kind of repetitive after a while. Overall, it's still a very enjoyable ride for everyone. Number 7, The Wave, opened in 1992. If you want to get wet at Valleyfair, you don't have to go all the way to Soak City, because there is one ride that will guaranteed get you soaked. Yes, I am talking about The Wave. This ride is basically a log chute, but if you thought the log chute got you wet, this one basically does double that. It is a very fun water ride, has a great drop, and it splashes a huge wave over a bridge which people actually stand on after the ride, which I think is pretty cool.
What do you say?
I think he said, get off the bridge.
But if you're in the car, you also get very soaked. There is no way to avoid water. It's just really fun seeing all your friends get ridiculously soaked after this ride. I really don't have any gripes about this ride, I just think the next ones on this list are a bit better. Number 6, Thunder Canyon, opened in 1987. This ride may not get you as wet as the Wave will, but it's still a very fun ride and does the job of being a great water ride. It's always fun with your friends because it's always a competition to see who can get wet the most, so it has a really good aspect to that. There's also cannons that the people in the queue line can pay with a quarter to use, and they can shoot at the riders at one point, which is just super fun. It's also a very scenic ride, and it's very beautiful. I love how it goes through the trees a little bit, and just throughout the back of Valleyfair. It's located by Excalibur, so don't be afraid to check both of those rides out, as both rides are awesome. Number 5, Delirious, opened in 2018. Making the top 5 is the newest ride at Valleyfair, Delirious, a Larson Super Loop. And you can pretty much find these at any other park in the world, because they're pretty much at every single Six Flags park. But this is a Cedar Fair park, which is kind of interesting because this is the only one in the Cedar Fair chain. But still, it's actually kind of a good ride and it has awesome hang time at the top. The only major problem is that it gets really repetitive after a while, but even still, it has a great night ride, and I still recommend it even though it might just be a super loop. Number 4, Northstar, opened in 2017. This Funtime Star Flyer took over the spot where Enterprise used to be, and honestly, I like this ride way better than Enterprise. Enterprise made me sick, but Northstar gave me great views of the park and also a very good night ride. The ride stands at 245 feet tall and will spin at speeds of 45 miles per hour, and you should definitely come check this out. It's not super thrilling, but it's still amazing. Number 3, Ripcord, opened in 1996. Despite being a popular model around every single amusement park, this ride still gave me chills the first time riding it. You are lifted 180 feet in the air with the harness and you are basically on your stomach, and then all of a sudden you drop, and it's just super fun. And you swim in a pendulum motion until you run out of most of your momentum. It's a great ride, but the only thing keeping it from making the top 2 is that it's an upcharge attraction, meaning you have to pay extra money to ride it. And that kind of sucks, so that's why I put it at number 3. Number 2, Extreme Swing, opened in 2006. When this opened, it was the first of its kind. It's an S&S Scream & Swing, and my word, this ride is amazing. It's basically how the name suggests. It's a giant swing that's 100 feet tall and it swings you at 60 miles per hour with just a lap bar. To this day, the ride still blows me away with its sheer amount of thrill, and it never gets old for me. So I love this ride, and you should definitely check it out when you're at Valleyfair. It's a must. Number 1, Power Tower, opened in the year 2000. In the wake of the millennium, Valleyfair installed this huge drop tower at a max height of 275 feet. It was supposed to be 300 feet, but since there's an airport nearby, Valleyfair has a height limit of 275 feet. But still, this is the tallest ride in the park, so it's definitely a must ride. On this ride, there are 2 options. There's the red pipe and the blue pipe. The red pipe brings you all the way up very slowly, and then all of a sudden drops you. And the drop is very exhilarating. However, I have heard that the Intamin drop towers have a more forceful drop. This one is still pretty good though. And the blue pipe is definitely the best part of the ride. You get shot up 275 feet, and it's very quick, and you get so much airtime at the top. I love the blue pipe, and honestly, in my opinion, the blue pipe is better than the red pipe. But yeah, overall, Power Tower is a great ride, and it towers over Valleyfair. It'll probably be the tallest ride at Valleyfair for the longest time. And that's really nice because Power Tower is basically the park's centerpiece. Well, there's my top 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I post videos every week, and I really appreciate all the wonderful support. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you have thoughts or opinions, please comment down below. But with that said, I'll catch you guys next time on Northstar Coasters.